Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we'll be talking about the film Wonka. Fun fact, this is the third movie adapted from the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book. This film came out in 2023 and stars Timothee Chalamet, Calah Lane, and Paterson Jospeh and was directed by Paul King. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Wonka tells the story of young Willy Wonka, who dreams of making chocolate for the world and making his own little chocolate shop. He finds his dream location for his shop, but the evil Mrs. Scrubbit and the chocolate cartel would do anything to stop him, but Wonka is a man who is not easily deterred. Wonka is a musical fantasy film. It has similar vibes to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Alice in Wonderland. I think the advertisement of this film kind of dropped the ball in some aspects. Like, they didn't really showcase that this was going to be a musical, which I don't really understand why they didn't decide to do that. The plot of this film is basically sticking it to these white collar leaders who are looking down on the working class who is just trying to make a name for themselves. The story can be a little predictable, and I'm not saying that in a negative way, but it's more so because this is a character that has already been established in his future life. And so we're going back in the past to kind of see his origins. So we kind of already know that he won't die and he will be successful. So there is a certain element of predictability when it comes with a character whose future has already been established. I thought Timothy did a good job of Wonka, showing him as kind of wonky and super optimistic. I was shocked that he could sing because I felt like I've seen a decent amount of Timothy's films and I have never seen him sing, but I was bopping along to the songs. I love that his character was making chocolate because he partly was good at making chocolate, but mainly because he really wanted to make his mom proud, considering she made him chocolate all the time. And it kind of reminded him of her. I'm glad in the film that we see that he's not only good at making chocolate, but he's also really good at inventing stuff, which I think kind of foreshadows his own factory. And we even see that, his quirkiness kind of maybe is partly because he is illiterate, but we see that Noodles is trying to help him to become literate so that he knows all the ins and outs of contracts so he doesn't make any more bad decisions. I love Wonka's big brother type relationship with Noodles, and I'm so glad that him, along with the other prisoners, helped her to find her mother in the end. Calah Lane did a good job as Wonka's assistant that truly helped him achieve his dreams and find ways to make sure that Mrs. Scrubbit was unaware of what they were doing. I did feel like the ending of her story was a little bit rushed with them showing like her parentage and her connection to one of the villains. But overall, I think if we just look at her character itself, I did enjoy her character. Keegan-Michael Key was funny as the inspector, and the recurring theme of him being bribed in chocolate was funny because you would think he would gain a conscience, but really he didn't and was just corrupt. And you said to keep giving him more chocolate, and he would do whatever you want. It was hilarious to see him gaining crazy amounts of weight in such short periods of time because of all the chocolate he was consuming. I don't know if I've seen Olivia Colman in such an evil role, but I thought that she did a good job. I was kind of shocked at how much she was in the movie because from the marketing of the film and like who's doing like press tours, I assumed that she wasn't in the movie that much. But like when I watched the movie, I was kind of shocked that she was in it more than I thought that she was. She was set on giving everyone in the movie such a hard time, and in the end, she ends up getting what she deserves: jail time. The Chocolate Cartel kind of sounded corny, but they kind of grew on me as the film went on and got some laughs out of me, I will admit. I thought it was funny how Prodnose constantly felt the need to explain what someone meant when they were hinting at something. and how Fickle Grubber gagged at the word poor. They were all awful people, and it was great to see their downfall in the end. I'm glad that they gave the Oompa Loompa a more meaningful role. I feel like they're always like Wonka slaves, but in this film, he's just following Wonka around and reclaiming what Wonka stole, plus interest. Hugh Grant was great in the role and really showed how sneaky an Oompa Loompa could be. He was like a secret little agent. In the end, he finally decides to work with Wonka, and it shows the start of a long partnership. The sets and the outfit for this film are great and really gave the vibes that we were in the past, but didn't really give us an exact time period. I feel like it also helped show that in this time period, things were a little bit simpler, but also added a little bit of quirkiness to the way that they showed things throughout the film. My favorite part of the film is when Wonka finally sees his mom. It's something small that Wonka mentions in the beginning of the film that he would see his mom once he succeeds, and at the end, she is there to say goodbye to him one last time. This is also the moment he finds out what her secret to good chocolate was, which is not an ingredient, but just having great people to share it with, which was a really sweet moment to see him sharing it with his new friends that really helped him to be successful. Wonka was a fun and entertaining movie that was enjoyable from beginning to end. The cast was great, and I really enjoyed the music that was filled with some new songs as well as some remakes of some of the classics. Thank you for watching my video. I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please do so you can keep up to date with more of my videos. But besides that, everyone stay safe, have fun, and goodbye.